What I'm trying to get your comment on is if the three of them together produced the supplementary statements, what has been labeled supplementary statements, the three of them, and then Mr. Perumal, Chief Perumal, behind their backs, because there's no better way of saying this, behind their backs he goes and he decides to write his own statement that he commissions without the other two knowing, and he gets Mr. Adams to depose. Let's assume for now that it is in fact Mr. Adams who deposes, who becomes a deponent, because on these facts and the mess that has happened here, it seems to me it's not inconceivable that Mr. Adams could turn around and say, but I don't know anything about that, which you say Perumal signed, commissioned. If it turns out that Chief Perumal went and did his own thing, wherever and however, surely the official statement of IDEC would be that which was done by the three of them together and deposed to by Rapesu. Is that a fair?
It's a fair assessment.
It's a fair assessment and proposition to make, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now on that, if in fact, as we know it has happened in the Mukwele matter, if the docket that is before the court and that is disclosed to the accused, and that is the basis for the warrants that were obtained for instituting for the charges, it is in fact Perumal's questionable statements, not the ones that were properly taken. That would amount to. It seems to me that would have amounted to defeating the ends of justice, lying to the court, lying to you, misleading everyone that is involved with this, and failure to disclose the true contents of the docket. Am I correct in all of that? I'm assuming Perumals are in fact a manufactured statement that is being used.
Correct.
That would be correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
and that would undermine the prosecution itself, right? The entire prosecution, because it's based on A1 statements that are questionable, as in they've been made up by Chief Perumal, whether with or without Mr. Adams, but they're not an official record of the IDEC.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And I recall, and I speak under correction, you did not have the Section 27 affidavit when you appeared before ad hoc. And I think members of parliament engaged you on the Section 27 affidavit. And if memory serves me well, you parted company on the basis that you'll be providing the ad hoc committee with a copy after you had concluded your testimony. Do I remember well?
I must just go back into the record. I do recall saying I will apply my mind on whether or not we can give them the Section 27. I must just go back. If I said we were going to give it to them, or did I say that we...
They asked you if it's a public document, and you said it's not a public document. And then they asked, can we have it? You said, I don't have it. I will revert.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Banda. But I know that we did not make it available. From what I recall, I know that we didn't make it available, Commissioner.
Why not?
Because it formed, sorry.
It was central to the ad hoc inquiry. And why didn't you avail it?
Because it formed part of our criminal investigations.
But you availed it to this commission. Still forms part of the very investigations. On what basis do you draw a distinction?
I understand. I see the work of this commission and its terms of reference somewhat different from the ad hoc committee. And here the rules are somewhat different, and not disclosing is not an option but you are able to disclose, and perhaps, as we have been allowed in some instances, Commissioners, to indicate that the disclosure is also made on the basis of confidentiality for certain reasons. This commission allows us that, and it is on the basis of it having been part of a criminal investigation and not wanting to give it to them.
Okay, we will look through the transcript. Before we look at what you stated to Parliament regarding providing this affidavit, let's look at how matters were dealt with concerning the contents of the affidavit. I'll invite you to page 554 of file 3. That is your transcript before ad hoc. And if we can take it, yes, Chair.
Including the file with the acts. Which files must I put away? I have
Put
too
away.
many now in front of
Put
me.
everything
6,
away.
A total of 6.
Out of 9. It's 9 files by now. Please put everything away except file 3, Chair.
Thank you.
Except file 3.
3.
We won't need file 2.
No. I'm scared to commit. No, chances are we won't. If anything, but we don't have to go to it, I'll flight it. It is that supplementary affidavit regarding PKTT. Remember, Commissioners, we are having this engagement about where the 3 investigators would have gotten any idea about PKTT enough to justify them obtaining a supplementary affidavit. So now we are at file 3. That's a transcript before the ad hoc. It's for the record CJC 375. And in particular, I would like us to go to page 555. And what appears at the top of 555, perhaps 554 is the right place to start, midway, where it says Advocate Johnson. You suggest there that you will deal with the arrest of General Khumalo. And then you indicate from line 2, and I would just for purposes of completeness indicate that IDEC is not aware of these cases that were made, be they by Mr. Matlala about theft, by Gatiso Molefe, the ballistic case, or any other case that has been made against any of the PKTT members. They are not allegations that IDEC is looking at. That was your testimony. But from the supplementary statement by the 3, that can be entirely correct, because that statement we just looked at page 3493, file 9, is specific about PKTT. So,
I see that, yes.
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 So
I wouldn't have seen the wouldn't have seen the supplementary.
I can accept that, but then it suggests that your investigators withheld from you some detail on some of these investigations. From the reading of your transcript at ad hoc, it would appear that you were not even aware that PKTT was being investigated or considered for investigations. I put it no higher than that.
Correct, and that is why when there were the utterances that IDEC was involved in PKTT's business, I was taken aback because, according to me, there's nothing for us to look at in PKTT, regardless of what allegations may have come to the fore.
And if those were the allegations that you are hearing of, now that we have seen the supplementary affidavit at 3493, those claims were not entirely baseless now, were they? That IDEC is, what did you say you had understood, is interfering in PKTT? They don't appear to have been entirely baseless.
Yes, when you look at 3493.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Then if we go forward, still staying with file 9 to 656. Page 656, same file, file 3.
Council, make sure you get us to read the documents that are full pages from top to bottom at this part of the afternoon, Chair. Sorry, 656.
It's the best part of the day, 656. And I pick it up from the top. This is an engagement you are having with Mr. Nomvalo. And you had just referenced the affidavit at 655, 22nd November 2024. Then you are asked, do you have it in your possession? You say, no, I don't. Do you not think it was going to be important for you? Then then he states, another problem which I have with your statement is that documents which are relevant have not been attached. He expresses his concern. Your response is no. Mr. Nomvalo asks, would you agree with me if I say to you the affidavit of Honorable Adams is dated the 6th of January 2025? You point out that that would be a supplementary affidavit because follow-up engagements were had by the investigating team with Mr. Adams. And we know that 6th of January correlates with the date on which the investigating team obtained supplementary statements from Mr. Adams. Then Mr. Nomvalo asks you, requests at 656, can you be able to furnish us with the original affidavit to which you state? Unfortunately, that is not a document that I can disclose. This document has not even been disclosed to the defense, and it is one of those documents where even the defense would have to apply for the document to be made available to them. The Section 27 referral cannot be made available, but other documents that Honorable Nomvalo or any other member should have been here. What I would ask is to kindly provide the chair with a list, and those documents that can be made available should be made available to this House in the course of next week as part of a bundle, which would then be referenced according to the affidavit and then be sent to the evidence leader for distribution. Mr. Nomvalo inquires, so is it a classified document? You say it's not a classified document, it's a document that seeks to initiate the intake of a matter. It is a document that, should it be disclosed, will first have to be disclosed to an accused. That document has not been made available to any of the accused. Mr. Nomvalo asks, which law are you relying on to make that proposition? You respond, I'm saying that in terms of process, we have not disclosed the Section 27 referral. It is a confidential document similar to how we have memos in the NPA and not just IDEC. There are certain documents that are not made available for public consideration. You have further engagement midway that page of 657. Mr. Nomvalo states, well, if that's the case, then I'm helpless. I'll put this proposition to you. The affidavit that I have been exposed to is not a supplementary affidavit. A supplementary affidavit is an affidavit that makes notes of the content of the original affidavit and continues with the supplementary content that is contained in the supplementary affidavit. So the affidavit of the 6th of January 2025 is an original affidavit. It was signed by Mr. Adams on 6 January 2025. Now, Mr. Nomvalo seems to have had sight of what is a different Section 27 affidavit. He suggests it's an original affidavit signed 6 January 2025. And for the record, I haven't seen it. I'm just following what is here. in response, you do insist that on 22nd November, we had a referral affidavit. That refers the matter to IDEX and sets out in broad strokes the allegations. Then you have a discussion about supplementation, but it would appear that your position before ad hoc was that you cannot disclose that affidavit to them.
That was correct.
And you invoked privilege as a basis for refusing. Which takes me on to understand how this privilege works. You have a specific committee of parliament established to investigate allegations by General Mkhwanazi of the 6th of July, 2025. And your entire mandate is triggered by a Section 27 affidavit. When you go account to that committee, why is the trigger affidavit privileged for their purposes and can't be disclosed to them? Which law were you invoking for that claim?
So I worked, counsel, on the basis that this document forms part of a docket. It has yet to be disclosed to anyone, including the accused.
Sorry, I need to interject desperately because I want to make sure that it's not an error. You say Section 27 forms part of the docket. That's not how we got it. Colonel Padiache says it definitely does not form part of the docket. So does it form part of the docket or doesn't it?
So the Section 27 is the intake document. According to me, the Section 27 referrals are not disclosed unless they are requested by the accused. Now, when I went to Parliament, we had not disclosed this document at all to the accused. We have not disclosed Section 27's, the referrals, to the defense, because it's the basis on which we initiate our investigations. If we follow the logic that we have been following in the past few days, one has to relook that position because they should be given the full ambit of the investigation and the prosecution. Out of practice, we have not given them that.
Well, it's not just a question of practice. It is what you say. You have a position about it. For example, where Ms. Silo has read, you say to the ad hoc committee, it's a confidential document similar to how we have memos in the NPA and not just IDEX. So you're describing an internal.
As an internal confidential
But it's not
document.
internal. It's not an internal document. It's a document that comes from a complainant. And so to categorize it as an internal document, as if it's an internal document, is misleading. And it's a document that seems, if you're going to disclose a supplementary affidavit, then it doesn't make sense that the founding affidavit would not be disclosed, would be a matter that you ever considered. And when I say you, I mean all of you in IDEC have ever considered that to be confidential and internal, but that which it supplements can be disclosed, or you're obliged to disclose it with a docket. It just doesn't make sense that, especially the lawyers in the NPA and in IDEC would have thought that's okay. You nod. Do you agree with me? Does it mean you agree with me?
Sorry, I'm tired. I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I want to move to a slightly different topic, and even the way Advocate Johnson looks at me, I had her comment that I'm tired.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I'm with you.
With my medication, I've been trying to hold out for as long as I can. I do not want to waste the time of the commission, so I do hold out as long as I can. I am just feeling a bit fatigued.
No, I was going to request, I do have some other topics to touch on with you. I see it's 4:10. And it's the normal end time for the commission and to ask whether it might be an appropriate time perhaps to take an adjournment for the day. Thank you, Chair.
Let us do so and resume at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Chair.
Let's adjourn.